my name is Tiffany Kirsten. I am the Outdoor Recreation Supervisor for the City of McAllen, which includes the McAllen Nature Center and Town Lake and Fireman's Park. Today we're here at the McAllen Nature Center and we are about to do a virtual tour for those of you who aren't able to visit us since we're currently closed. We are now down in the Nature Center, so after you've parked, when you come on your visit, after we open, you'll walk down the hill and then into our site, check in at our visitor center, and then you can come on up here to our wonderful Lantana Hill. It's a 25-foot observation platform, and behind me and around me is Tamaulipan thorn scrub forest. It's an imperiled habitat. About 3% of the remaining native habitat in the Rio Grande Valley remains, and this is a habitat type that's found only in the Rio Grande Valley and in very northern Mexico. So we are at the intersection of 4 different ecoregions. We have the desert influence from the west, and the coastal influence from the east, and the temperate from the north, and the tropical from the south. So we're at this really cool intersection of these 4 different habitat types, making up the Tamaulipan thorn scrub forest that you see behind us. Here at the McAllen Nature Center, we have 1.6 miles of hiking trails, and about a mile of that is ADA accessible. We have 33 acres. We've seen over 220 species of birds, over 80 species of butterflies, and dozens of species of reptiles and amphibians, including the endangered Texas indigo snake, which actually eats rattlesnakes, believe it or not. So they're really great snakes to have around, even though they're huge and black and 6 feet long. Really amazing animals. This is an eastern cottontail rabbit. We do have lots of mammals that are seen here at the Nature Center. Probably the rabbit is the most common. Another one ran further up the path there just now. We also have seen bobcat and javelina and gray fox at our site, but they're a little bit more secretive and visitors don't see them as often. Beautiful little spot along the trail on this beach here. Butterfly garden over here that we planted a few years ago. This is our butterfly garden that we planted with some grant funding we received a few years ago. It's all native plants, and the importance of native plants is the insects have evolved alongside of these native plants. The insects that are native to this area have evolved alongside of the native plants that are in this area. If you plant plants that are native to a different region, even a different part of Texas, those plants haven't evolved with the local insects that we have here, so you won't get the insect diversity and therefore the butterfly diversity or the bird diversity, birds coming to eat the insects on the plant. So that's the reason that we plant all natives in this garden. We've got some blue mist flower here on the back side. There's a few butterflies back here. They might look a little bit like monarch butterflies. There's a lot of talk of monarch butterflies and conservation. Monarchs are the orange butterflies that migrate to Mexico and back each year. These are actually not monarchs. It's a bit of a misconception. A lot of the orange butterflies we have here in the Rio Grande Valley are actually queen butterflies, and they are here year-round. You might not see them year-round because part of the year they spend dormant in their egg or their chrysalis stage. But we do have a lot of queen butterflies as well as monarchs that migrate through, but the ones that we're seeing here today are the queen butterflies. We are now on our Cactus Trail, and this is our Cactus Trail cactus. One of our most common native cacti, probably the one that a lot of folks know the most. This is the species that we use to cook tamales with the cactus pads, and actually the fruits can be used to create jellies and eaten raw and everything like that too. So the way that it fruits is that it actually flowers first. So the flower happens, the flower gets pollinated, and then you see this right here, this little green part, that's what's gonna turn bright red eventually in a month or two. And it'll be this nice juicy cactus fruit. And in addition to humans eating it, wildlife super loves it. We'll get golden-fronted woodpeckers and the eastern cottontail rabbits and a lot of other animals that love to chew on the we also do have Texas tortoises on site. They're another endangered species. We have a couple of them on our 33 acres, and they enjoy eating the very fresh cactus patch too. They're kind of, the meat, if you will, is more tender in the younger, more green cacti pads. So the tortoises love to eat that rather than have to chew through the thicker, older growth. This is our Rasaka Trail, and behind me is one of two man-made lakes that we have on site. This trail makes a little figure 8 shape. We added this area to the park. It added 11 acres to our park last year and gave us the opportunity to add really important habitat for ducks and shorebirds and wading birds. So this is a habitat type that we didn't previously have at the Nature Center, and this has been added to. Our trail is a little bit rustic, but we welcome everyone once we open back up to come and enjoy us as well. Thank you all for joining us on our McAllen Nature Center virtual tour today. Stay home, stay safe, and we hope to see you sometime when we open again.